guest on the female bodybuilding channel, all the way from Canada, is Patricia Gosselin. We are joined by today women's physique star. I like to say star, Patricia Gosselin.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys?
We are doing great because we have been thinking about you since 2019. And all of a sudden, JB sent me some pictures on Instagram and said, wow, look at this. And it was you, shredded, all over Instagram.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So tell people, you competed last time in 2019. Was it
Yeah, that's right. I did 4 shows. I did Toronto, Chicago, Tampa, and Arizona. So my best placing was Toronto in 2nd place, yes.
Where you lost to Margita, correct?
Exact. What a great competitor she is.
That was close. That was really close.
Yeah, you can say that. Thank you. I appreciate kind words.
And she has, I think she's doing women's bodybuilding now. But
yes, she is.
So what happened since 2019? Because you were on one of the stars in women's physique coming up, and now we're 2021. So what has happened?
Well, people don't really know that, but I reached out to you and I wanted to, give a try to female bodybuilding. So I guess we can go into that already. That was a big fail for me. I think people don't understand how hard a division it is, like to, I really give it my very best. And I think women's physique is the best fit for me, but I look up for these girls. They look amazing to me. And I really worked on a plan and I just couldn't make it.
Why did you want to try women's bodybuilding first? Why did you want to try it?
I think you look wonderful. I think in my heart, I'm a female bodybuilder. At night when I dream too, but in real life, I'm women's physique, and I think it's okay too. It's great. So I took some time off, really worked on my proportion. Asked the judge what they wanted, and went to work. So yeah.
But when you say you tried it, but you what was the plan? What did you try to do? What does that mean when you try to become a women's bodybuilder? What happened? What was the plan? What was the difference between women's physique and women's bodybuilding?
I think the way it was hard for me is to eat that much more to add muscle. But also, I think I can handle a great, a fair amount of hard work and I get conditioned and everything, but that's another ball game. It's really hard to explain. There's so many aspects, but I think my biggest issue was food, because I don't do well with carbs. I prefer to, keep just protein and fat, and that's how I feel my best. And well, at some point, you need to put some calories in it,
How much more calories did you have to eat?
Well, we increased just a little bit. I didn't do well, AJ.
Okay, so you're not a big eater.
But I think people should, really show more respect for female bodybuilder. I think, it's easy to just sit back and watch a show and say, oh, she's holding a little bit of water. Well, yeah, maybe she is, but she's also carrying so much more muscle, So I think it's just, I'm in awe, like when I see those girls. So I'm just, let's call it, I'm a wannabe bodybuilder. Is that cool?
You don't have to tell us. Me and JB, we often look at the shows and we see the girls with pure women bodybuilding size, and they lose to the women's physique girls because they're in better condition. We don't like to see that, do we, JB?
No. Not really.
Because we prefer size in women's bodybuilding. So a little, yeah. Okay, so when did you find out? So you gave that up and you think, let's do women's physique instead.
Yes, and then, I kind of added some muscle in the process. So I was like, oh, well, now I'm a little bit too muscular from the top, so I stopped working out my upper body and just went into lower body kind of training, and that stayed for a while. And I think, with COVID and everything, and we're in Canada here, and they just lifted the curfew, I can go out now at night and I'm like, ooh, but there's nowhere to go,
One thing before we talk a little bit about the COVID, you should have seen the reaction to JB down there when you pulled up your arms. JB, I caught you looking. There you go. But,
of course.
But anyway. Yeah. So we're a worldwide channel. So we want to know, how has COVID affected people of Canada, especially you, with the training and shows and in 2020?
Yeah, well, Canada is it's a large country. So I'd say I can only speak maybe, for Quebec and perhaps a little bit for Toronto, which is like still even more in, lockdown than we are. We are a little bit better now. In 2020, everything was closed. I just took all my saving and put it in a gym in my basement, basically. But
so you build your own gym in your basement?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And I'm a little bit illegal. It kind of became, a thing, like a little illegal gym where, I think, gyms and physical activities, like, it helps people to stay, healthy and happy in life, So I was kind of letting people in and schedule people, because it was risky, because it was, like maybe, I think it was $2,000 fee for like if you get caught or something. So I just tried to do my best to help people around, but there is so much we can do. So I built my own gym, and nowadays gym reopened, and I'm like, I went there, I think it was a week ago, and then all the bench are like sweaty, and I was like, no, I'm going back home. I'm going to train, with my on.
Are you training at home when the gyms are open?
Yes, I do now.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes I go to the gym, but I guess, I got comfortable with not having to drive there and not losing that much time in traffic and everything. So right now, I can use that time and train a little more. And
what do you have in your home gym?
Okay, so I have like a Smith machine with the pulley and stuff.
Yeah.
And the chin-up bar. I have standing leg curl. I have lying leg curl, leg extension. I have machine for leg press, and it converts into hack squat. I have plate loading rowing, supported row. I have, what do I have? I have abductor and adductor machine. Like I wasn't kidding. For me, like
abductor machine, really?
Oh yes, I think that's abductor and adductor. Both together. And I have one row machine too. So I have two row machines.
How much does this cost you around?
We don't have to go there. It hurts.
It's got to be a lot. No, but seriously, how much did you spend on this home gym? That's got to be a lot.
Well, I was very lucky because, lucky, yes and no. My luck there, not. There is some gym closure around, so I'm just opportunist where I wait until they close and I go and then I buy, and then sometimes I buy even more and I'm able to trade, and make some money. I'm a project girl. That's what I do.
So in COVID times, how was it for you seeing all these shows and all these athletes, usually just from America, competing, and you were sitting at home getting better and better but couldn't compete? How did that mentally go with you?
Well, I have to say, it was great for me to see that other ladies were competing because, yes, there is, I mean, it was a very long up season for me, and I had my, ups most of the time, but I had like some, struggling time too. And I mean, I'm inspired. I'm a fan first. I'm a fan of my sport. So I think, there is so much place. There is place for everybody to be their best, So I was like basically just on the fan seat where I was just being myself inspired, like by so many, even like, Rachel Daniel, like
Daniels?
like girls that just, do their thing. I think it's inspiring for me. So I was, we have the same coach, and I was like, always asking Shelby, so do you have some, things you can send me? So, but I guess it was good for me to see like the sport. It was good for me.
It was a great year watching it at Eastern 2020. Who did you have? Margie V, or did you have Andrea Shaw at the Olympia? Who did you have?
Oh, I don't want to go there, Jay.
Patricia, who did you have? Did you have Margie V, or did you have Andrea Shaw?
I don't want to go there.
So who did you have, Patricia?
In US, and I'm Canadian, but I'm gonna play the fifth. I love them both.
Who did you have? Shanique Grant or Sarah Villegas?
Sarah.
So JB, the way she said it, that means she had Margie V winning, but she doesn't want to say it.
Well, I think I'm totally different. Yes, I think I'm. I competed with Andrea, and in Toronto, and obviously she wasn't in the good category back then.
Yes, you competed in women's physique, correct?
She was in women's physique, and I was with Margie, and Margie told her, like, girl, what do you do here? Like, you got to make the switch. But I mean, these ladies, they are my inspiration. I cannot, say it's too hard for me. I'm sorry.
JB, when I tried to stir up a little bit of drama, it never works with the ladies. The guys is easy, but the ladies, anyway. 2021, you are now. We've seen your picture on Instagram. We are 6 weeks out the return. What show are we doing?
So Chicago first. I like to go, one show at a time. I send only one contract at a time, and I see how it goes. So I never won a show in my career. Basically, I won the second pro card at the North Americans. So for me, it's always like I'm going there, and I'm the ultimate, underdog. So one show at a time, and I enjoy the run, and I mean, I can predict if I never won a show as an amateur, it's very likely that I might never win one in pros. It's a hard, and I'm not talking like defeating at all. I'm just saying like, I enjoy this thing. I enjoy competing, and some girls, they say, oh, I compete just against myself, and I'm like, yeah, that's true, but I mean, the winner, she has to have something, I'm going to be there, I'm going to give it, one hell of a run. So she better be, ready.
We were hyped for Chicago, but I got to tell you, after seeing some of this women's physique show this year, I called Greg. I said, Greg, I've seen Patricia on Instagram. She's already shredded. Why didn't she jump into some of these goddamn shows?
Yeah, and what did he answer?
he said, well, she's a very stubborn lady, and when she's put her mind into something, blah, 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 blah. I said, but still, She would have How do you think you would have done against the classical queen and Sharonika at New York Pro? What do you think?
Well, I hope we'll have to see that at the Olympia. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see if Sharonika can make it. She looked great. You know Sharonika Henton?
Yes, she has great proportion.
Yeah,
great.
yeah. So now we are 6 weeks out, 5 weeks out now. How are you feeling going into this show, the return?
I feel great. It's very different this year, like we said, because of COVID. You know, it's like I see that I'm shredded. I can kind of feel it.
Yes.
But I don't have the same light. I don't have the same, comparison, kind of mirror lights and everything that I'm used to. So I don't even know, and quite honestly, not that I don't care, but I totally fully trust Shelby for, where I'm at, and I have enough to be an athlete. He can do his job, and I can do mine. So yeah. I mean, energy is great. I'm confident that I can do great. I think I really improved my proportion. I think I can be, a little freaker even. I like to be freak,
That's what Greg, your ex-partner there, he said that her proportion is improved.
Yeah, I think so. I think, I did my homework on, what the judges told me. So I think it shows now in my physique.
So if there's a miracle and you lose Chicago, what's the next on the calendar then?
Thank you, AJ. I guess it would be Tampa.
Tampa. So
yeah.
Chicago, Tampa. And are you going to... Okay, let's...
It's possible that if I win Chicago, I still do Tampa, That's... I'm hungry,
How are you going to get into America? Are you vaccinated, or how is this going to happen? How are the rules? Because right now we can't go to America at all from Europe, so...
Well, Canada is different. We can go. It's only when we come back that we have to quarantine. So once I get into the US, I'm gonna stay there, and do whatever the show I want to do. But I plan on going to Chicago and probably Tampa, even if I win Chicago. To be honest, I miss competing. And some people will say, yeah, but you take one place at the Olympia if you win 2 shows. And I'm not bragging or anything at all, but I'm saying like, well, if you can beat me, you don't have to go to the Olympia. It's a very prestigious stage. I mean, you have to earn your right.
Yeah, I agree. As some in the other class, there's Ashley Courtwasser, the bikini champion. She's winning every bikini show, and all the girls are texting me saying, "Why is she doing all these shows? She's taking our spots, and
because she loves it. We love competing.
And especially bikini is not as much preparation as in women's physique. So why shouldn't they? Of course.
Oh well, I'm not that sure. Have you tried to work out like a bikini? I don't think I could.
No, but I mean, they doesn't have to peak for shows like you girls, if you know what I mean. There's a difference, huh?
Well, I don't know enough. AJ.
No, okay. Well, no, and it's also with so many great women's physique girls, it's a little bit boring for us fans, especially also with women's bodybuilding, when we don't see the top girls at all until the rising in the Olympia. It's not the same, We really want to see all the girls, at least some, because in women's bodybuilding now, it's only been 1 show. But in women's physique, we have had 3 shows, and we haven't seen 1 Olympia athlete on stage.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think there is two way to see it. Of course, they are less, damaging themselves to just do 1 show if they qualify for the Olympia, and I understand that. if they kind of find their perfect way to peak and their coach are, used to it, I don't know. I just see myself as, always trying to improve. And I think this season we kind of really tap into something, my coach and I. So I think, the more show I can do, the better I can come when it's time to peak, if I do the Olympia. So I think that's one of the reasons I would like to compete, many shows.
JB.
But I agree with you, and I do agree with you that, we didn't see, a great battle yet on stage. It's my opinion. It was kind of boring. Yeah, it was boring.
Do we know, it doesn't matter who's competing for you, but do we know any other women's physique athletes in Chicago?
Yes.
Who's doing them?
I know two girls. One is my teammate from the same team, Liz. You have to check her out.
Dark hair, very shredded.
Yeah, she's great.
Liz Bradshaw?
Yeah, something like that, I think. I mean, she's great. She placed, I think, second in all her shows last season. So she's in it. That's going to be great.
It's going to be a fight. Yes.
Well, and she, I think she has like the same spirit as I am. Like, she likes to compete. She wants it. So I think we're gonna have fun. I'm kind of a little bit tired of the ladies trying to kind of avoid competing, and I'm like, well, what's the point?
She texted me the other night.
Yes, exactly.
So,
but at the meantime, she, very respectful. I think that's something important, and I think I'm on the other side now. I'm on the older ladies' side now.
Relax.
I've been competing for like 10 years now, I think.
Didn't you turn 30, I think, last year or whatever it was?
32, yeah.
There you go. So you're not on the older ladies. What are you talking about?
I am. In the spirit.
What's the other girl doing it that you know?
I forget her name. She a cute blonde girl. She just turned pro, I think. I forgot her name.
JB, a cute blonde girl who just turned pro. Any names?
Yeah, I think she likes, Delt Queen or something, she
Okay, well, so you are excited for this. This shows will be streamed.
I think, yeah,
yes,
of course.
Tim Gardner is not playing around. He's one of the greatest putting on shows in the world. So with Tim Gardner, there's not like the other people. You have to go on Instagram to try to fit a bad picture, huh? So it's at least now we can see the athletes, and we will pay as long as we can see them. So how is that for athletes? Sometimes all your fans and family and friends want to see the show, and they ask you, so where can I watch it? And you're like, I don't know. You can go to Instagram.
Well, before I had Greg, who kind of handled all that part, and
okay.
And so I don't think he's gonna travel this year with me. He's my best friend, my very, very best friend, my go-to for everything. He's just great guy. But I think I'm on my own this year, and I guess. Well, he's still gonna handle family and stuff, family and friends. I can't do all, I'm very, I admit I cannot do all. He has to deal with the social stuff.
So, 3 quick questions.
Yes.
What do you have a hobby outside of bodybuilding?
Oh yeah, and I'm not very good at it necessarily, but I'm kind of always on little projects, either repairing old tables and burning woods and some stuff I see on Instagram. So I keep myself busy. I mean, you have to, otherwise you kind of go mad, when you're hungry and everything.
Favorite music you like to listen to?
Oh, I like classical. I like hip hop. I like old rap. Everything. I'd say
Can you
like
rap?
I just. Oh no, not at all.
You wanted to get
you
a
wouldn't-
freestyle.
You wouldn't want that.
Are you sure you can't break it? You sure you don't want to try live now?
Nope. I'll
Okay.
pass. Can you?
Yes, but you are the guest, so people want to see you rap, not me. But anyway, listen, my battery is running low, JB, and I saw it, so I'm afraid. And Patricia, we are
Yes.
excited to see you back. We were wondering where you've been. We've seen the pictures, and you look incredible. You look crazy condition. Size is up. Your face is already lean, and we're getting excited now, Patricia.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Patricia, you got to take us out with a front double. You got to take out your interview with a front double because we know you can do it. We saw it. And the fans want to see it. Okay, guys, we are 5 weeks out to the return. And she will come in shape. And she's showing the guns. JB, don't get too excited down there. And
Can you see much? You know, maybe
oh, the triceps. Oh, look at Patricia.
I can do better with that angle of camera, but
Patricia, you are JB. We are vascular and we are ready. And she has striated every delts and arms and triceps. And
wow.
This is going to get crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
thank you.
Thank you very much for your time and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much, AJ.
Merci bien.
Bye-bye.